Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Welcome to the Commonwealth cabin. Hope you guys are doing great out there today. Hope your sales are great as well. We are going to do something that they say you should never talk about. There's two words for eBay, YouTube resellers that you're never supposed to mention, never supposed to say. It's controversial. But we're going to say those two words today. We're going to talk about it a little bit throughout the show, but in about 4 or 5 sales especially. And then we're going to talk about the rest of the sales. 24 things headed out of here today, $624. Let's go take a look. You know, sometimes I wonder about my legacy, you know, to my kids. And they're going to be like, yeah, my dad was famous for a plush enema. But now I'm going to be famous for, look at this thing. Bordeaux's butt paste bobblehead. This came from that uncomfortable sale the other day. Check that out. I don't know if you call that number. Oh my goodness. Bordeaux's butt paste. And that sold, I think it sold for 35 bucks. Can't beat that. Right there. I forgot about this box. You know what? I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And we sold a Fisto right here. And that one sold 19, I think, free ship. And yeah, I think, does it have everything? I don't know if it does or not. Fisto. I had that character growing up, for sure. I remember that one. Wasn't my favorite, but I had it. I think I did not have that one. I did have that one. Of course, I had that one. I had that one. At any rate, Motu characters, Master of the Universe, He-Man characters, that one sold, like I said, 19 free ship, $12 profit on that one, $2,530 because it came from the Real American Hero set. Just realized that the butt paste bobble went to a viewer. Hi, Kevin. This will nicely add to my pharmacy collection because what pharmacist wouldn't love to have one of these? Best to you and your family, Brad, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And thank you for coming back. I know you've bought from us from before. Next sale is, I don't know, I've had it a while. I'm glad we finally listed it. It's not that it hadn't sold, we just hadn't listed it. It is a water pick. And that one right there, so I think it's out the door for 30. And we didn't, I don't know what we paid. I can't imagine paying more than 5 for it. This is the kind of thing that's a pain in the butt to list. And, you know, you got to make sure it's new, even if it's open, and all the stuff that goes with it, or sell the parts off. But it's sold, and it's sold to Laura. Laura, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it, I guess. Sold another G.I. Joe. This time it's a vehicle. And it sold for 43 bucks, 44 bucks. I think it's right on top. Actually, that is not it. That is not the Snowcat, I don't think. Is that the Snowcat? Actually, it is the Snowcat. I feel like it's missing something there. Like, shouldn't it have something with it? I'm gonna have to check this picture here. I see tape up there, so something was on it and fell off. So, let me go look. Eureka, out of the Mississippi bin. So, found it. There you go. These missiles are what goes with it. I knew it was somewhere. I saw the picture when we were listing it, or when I saw it sell, I saw the picture and I was like, something yellow was in there. 43 bucks on that one. Incidentally, Eureka is where my brother was born, in Northern California. If there's any of you no-cows out there, happy about the Niners, I'm sure. Unfortunately, us Rams fans are not. Here's the total here. About a $30 profit on that after fees and shipping. Snowcat, 2,560 bucks. All right, I just said Eureka, and now I have to say Bonanza. So I'm sure Dave and Carrie will have fun teasing me over on the Trash to Cash podcast about those two words. At least it's not Dewdropper. Anyway, sold something on Bonanza. And this is a perfect Commonwealth picker sale. I'll make like 4 bucks. Profit. Sold for $9.90. Anybody know what that is? That is a Jimmy Big Mouth Billy Bass battery back. A lot of these don't work when you buy them, and so you can sell these off. They're not quick sellers though. Plus, I need to be able to sell them, so please don't list them. At any rate, that one sold. $9.90 for that one. You know, you ship the thing and you take off fees, and it's, I don't know, at least 4 bucks, I'd say. I'll take it. I really had 2 things I wanted to talk about today, but the one I'm going to start with is those 2 words, free shipping. Boy, whenever I mention free shipping, people just get upset. And if you watch me long enough, you know I do things free shipping, I do things calculated shipping, and I do things flat rate shipping. You know, I don't think there's that big a deal, but I've been experimenting lately with free shipping for multiple reasons. One is I just want to see, everybody talks about the algorithm, right? If you do free shipping, it's one way to look things up. And I heard somebody on a show say they won't buy anything unless it's free shipping, which to me is ridiculous. You really want to buy for the total overall cost. I look things up that way on eBay, but the default on eBay is best match. And who knows what goes into all that, right? So I'm like, you know what? My wife and I have been listing different things, free shipping. Not everything. We're not doing huge items free shipping, although we did a couple. And I think, a lot of them have sold. I don't know if you noticed, but every single one of these items right here, every single one was free ship, free ship, free ship, free ship, free ship. And we don't typically do that. But you know what? We figured we'd give it a shot. And I pulled all these to the top. There's a few more free shippings throughout the rest of the video, but you'll hear me say plus shipping a lot of times. One of the kind of defaults is if, obviously this is probably first class, believe it or not. If you get the right box right there, I think, it's going to be close. But it's not going to be a crazy amount of money to ship that thing unless, it's going to Alaska, which you never know, the Arctic cat. But that's first class, that's first class, that's first class. This is not first class, but it's so small that if, it came to it, you could even do pirate ship or something because the box is going to be so small. And you could do the cubic shipping, or you could even box it up and slide it into a flat rate. So they are going to have limited costs. And no, I don't mean just put that in a flat rate. I mean put it in a box and pad it really well and then put it in a flat rate. By the way, I did a video on how to ship bobbleheads that in order not to break them because they will chip very easily. Nobody ever watched that video, but I did it because I think it's important to make sure because those will break fairly easily. This one right here, if it's packed right, could probably fit in one of those. So I'm not here preaching to you, so don't get offended. They always say, don't talk politics and religion. I say, don't talk thermal printers and calculated shipping over free shipping at the dinner table with resellers because people are passionate about those things. So, and I get it, and most of us are. I'm just not particularly passionate. If you understand each item and the market for each item, I think it's easier to make that decision. I actually did a video about it. You can check it out, about free shipping, calculated shipping, flat rate shipping. I use all three of them, and I don't think any one way is the right way necessarily. I think they all work. And when we do larger items, we definitely do calculated shipping. And a lot of people won't do that because the kickback is so huge that they can't get people to buy it. So it's an interesting thing to learn. But let's just say, some people who might get turned off by free shipping, free shipping for all these, this could have been, I don't know, $5.50 plus shipping. That make you feel better? This could have been, I don't know, let's say $25 plus shipping. This could have been $21 plus shipping. This could have been, what did we sell that for? $43. So that could have been, I don't know, $32 plus shipping, $33, $34 plus shipping. This could have been $10 plus shipping or $12, whatever it is. Like, what did we sell for? $19. So I could have said $14 plus shipping to make you feel better. Now I could go into great detail. Yes, and people are going to I can already hear the keyboards clicking down there because there are other factors involved. Like, some people who like to do free shipping, one of the reasons they always say is because nobody ever asks to combine shipping when they buy multiple things. Okay. And then the other people will be like, well, you can't deduct the shipping cost, the original shipping cost when somebody wants to do a return that way and all that. And I think all of those things are valid and you should take them all into account. But I think the biggest thing is to really just educate yourself about the situation so you can make the decision that's right for you. And where you live. Where you live is important as well. If you live in the middle of the country, I think a lot of people do flat rate shipping and it's probably better for them and it's really, really easy to make those decisions. I think if you live, in Florida, it can get a little bit expensive to ship something up to Alaska, or if you're living, shipping to Puerto Rico or something. So all of those things come into play. And I'm just curious out there, of the people who have changed their opinion, whether you were free ship and went to calculated ship, or if you were calculated ship and went to free ship, or how many of you out there are like me and you just use the whole smorgasbord of shipping options. Jeremy bought one of our LP auctions, and it was the Who. I just have to find it. It might not even be here. It might be outside still. I might have to go and get it. Actually, it was in here. And Jeremy grabbed that up. He says, thanks for all the free content. You got a great deal on that one, by the way. I think that one was in okay condition. $4.25 plus shipping, so that was a pretty good deal. Anyway, he said, thank you for the free content that I provide, that you provide. We like to watch all the YouTube channels and also enjoy the banter on the Trash to Cash podcast. Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the purchase, and I hope you enjoy it, Jeremy. I almost always do flat rate shipping on auction items. Almost always. But don't do too many auction items. This is no calorie, no cal, low cal. I don't know what this is. Department 56. Right there. Snow Baby. Things you're not supposed to sell, but they still sell every once in a while. One's kind of cute, and it sold for $10 plus shipping. Sold a hat that's, I think it's been in the store for a while, and we did calculated shipping. No, we didn't. We did flat rate shipping on this. I do a lot of flat rate shipping on first class items. And this was one of those. We definitely do it on most of our hats, almost all of our hats. Maybe all of our hats are first class. Christian Fittipaldi box top. General Mills box top hat. $15 plus shipping on that one. It's got the Petty Enterprises on the back. And that's one thing I talk about in this video that we did, this free shipping, calculated shipping, is the psychology of it. I think different types of shipping can appeal to different types of buyers. Just one example, I've said this before. You know, my dad, if he looks at shipping, no offense, Pop, and the shipping seems crazy expensive, even if it's a big item going across country, but it seems like it's a ripoff, then he would rather buy the free shipping item, even if the total cost is more than the combined cost of the other item. There's a psychology to it as well. I was wondering when these salt and pepper shakers would sell. The cat with the fish. I kind of like this. And they did sell $12 plus shipping on those. That might have been a Maryland one too, by the way. And these went to, a viewer went to Tim. Tim, thank you. My wife and I are viewers of both the Flipper and the Picker channels. By the way, y'all, the Garage Sale Nation channel is growing like crazy. And I can only think it's you guys coming over to that channel to watch the flat lay video that we did. But anyway, thank you. We started reselling last summer and enjoy the information we learned by watching. And we love seeing Pepper come into the cabin as well. It's earlier in the day today. Can you see? See that out there? So she normally doesn't, you know, she sleeps. When it gets dark, she gets up, you know. At any rate, we look forward to receiving these adorable shakers. Thank you, Tim. Sold an item way up here. See if I can get it without breaking my neck. And, ooh, my old rickety wooden ladder. Need to put something up here now. Find something to put up there. And it is a Longaberger basket that's got the hook on the back so you can hang it, I guess. And it sold for $14.21 for that one. You can always tell by the bottom. Now, I got absolutely tore up the other day for not buying some Longaberger stuff at a garage sale. I didn't even see it. I'm not really good with the Longaberger, like, ceramic stuff. I'm not really good with any Longaberger. I kind of fell into that one, so. Anyway, 25% off, still went for $14.21 plus shipping, and it's going to go out first class. Somebody asked me about 2 months ago about the paper that we have linked below. They're like, it's getting so outrageously expensive, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, well, it's the best I got. Sorry, and it's a massive roll. And then I thought, you know what, I wonder if they have it at SupplyHut, and I ordered it. And so this roll was SupplyHut, and I never talked about it again. And it actually, this roll isn't as big as the one we were buying. But if you buy two and you use the 5% code Commonwealth discount, you can get it for cheaper. You don't even have to use the 5% code Commonwealth discount at SupplyHut.com, and it's cheaper. But when you use that, it's even cheaper than that. Plus, I like having two rolls that aren't just massive. It's a little easier to get on and off the rolls as well. You know, because that other one was massive and heavy. So now we just buy these. Thank you, Charlie. If you use paper and you're having a hard time, that's the one I get. It goes with my old paper roller right there. And I'm extremely happy with it, and we're saving a little bit of money. Charlie lets me use my own code, y'all. He lets me get the 5% discount, so thanks, Charlie. All right, y'all, Turner has been a little under the weather, getting a little bit better today, which is good because Mama just told me a little while ago we're going to go to the mountains for a day. Crazy. I'm like, you could have told me yesterday, but we're happy. You got something from Ron. I want you to look at this great way to pack this, by the way. I have a video on how to pack a mug first class, which I don't think Ron got it to us first class, but he definitely got it to us safe. That's because that's the thing that breaks the most. I just told you what it was. Wait, hold on a minute. Let me open it up for you. You hold the camera, okay? Can you hold the camera?
Yeah, I can.
All right, you hold the camera pointed on this. You got it?
Yeah.
Right here. I'll do it like this. I'm going to get this off for you. You got to get those jeans in right there that I'm wearing. So that Dave likes my jeans. You guys can see that.
Oh, that's cool.
Check that out. What do you think?
That's really cool.
You like it?
Yeah. That's my favorite because that's when he does a cool face, the smile. That's my favorite
the Grinch
part.
smile.
Yeah.
That's your favorite part. That's very cool. What do you think, Ron?
Thank you, Ron.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
We sold a cat bag right here. What do you know? 20 bucks free ship. Again, free ship. My wife just listed it. Sold pretty quick. Sold to Peter. Peter, you might be a viewer because it says repeat buyer. Boy, look at them eyes. Crazy. I don't see any peppers in there. Close, but no cigar. Thank you, Peter, if you are a viewer. I know new resellers might ask this. We have a big bag. This isn't even the biggest bag we have. This is the third biggest bag we have. But fold that one in its natural fold. Actually, you could probably just slip it all in there just like that. That's how we'd ship that. Keep it light. These are inexpensive. If you're new to reselling and you don't use poly bags, go down and check the links in the description. We try to have the best prices on there. We search around for the best prices. Thank you to Benjamin for buying plans to the Commonwealth for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over on CommonwealthPicker.com. Sold some Creative Memories out of the Campbell County bin. And that right there sold. It sold for $10 plus shipping, and we like to ship that kind of stuff in the LP box. And people ask me how much these cost, and they cost a bunch, but we buy them by like the 200s. And Charlie won't carry these as SupplyHut, unfortunately. Get on the ball, Charlie. And it's around 50 cents a pop, so it's a little pricey, but you know what? It's super easy. You don't have to spend the time to cut cardboard out, make sure it doesn't bend and all that stuff. So I like it. Had another viewer sale today. Miriam picked up something. Actually, she picked up 2 items. One, there it is right on top. This Vera Bradley bag, which I'm into for $2, maybe $3, but I think $2. And then some sheets that I'm into for $1. Brand new old stock tulips. Although I think that's it. So those right there. That's a pretty good deal for sheets, actually. The way sheets are these days. Some vintage sheets. You ever see vintage sheets out there to package? You know, Matt, part-time picker, he's been picking up that stuff for a long time. And this, like I said, I'm into that for $1, probably $2 for this. So $3 into $25.99 plus shipping. So definitely worth the time to me. I was at a sale at the 24 Escape from the Interstate sale last year, and it was crazy expensive. I mean, like through the roof, over eBay prices. And another guy was there. He was clearly a reseller, and he was there with me. And he asked the price on a Burberry coat after I did, and he left as soon as he heard the price. And I decided to hang around because people don't know everything about everything, and they had these shoes there, and they're like, oh, $5. I'm like, sweet. Because they sold for $31.20, and that's after going 20% off. So still a decent little profit. 5 into 31 and change for those brand new Nautilus shoes. You never know. Don't walk away too quick, although there is a time to walk away. I caught Reagan right before she headed to gymnastics today with her bun. Bagel. All right, what do you got?
Ben got a gray CWP shirt, and Chris got an Enema Man.
All right.
And his eBay store is Odds and Ends Hunter.
Odds and Ends Hunter.
Yep.
I like it. Very good. Thank you very much, Reagan.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Before I forget, Chris wanted to add that he was inspired by us to do the reselling thing here. Bearded Thrift Machine and Matt Part-Time Pickers to go full-time. So I think that's right. Odds and Ends Hunter. That's what I wrote down anyway. So Chris, congratulations and thank you. And both Matt and Julian are terrific guys for sure. Sold an Enaman to a viewer, obviously. And we're down to the nitty gritty. So a lot of them are going to be misfit Enaman. So no guarantees you're going to get an absolute perfect one, although there's still some good ones in here. A lot of them have different letters rubbed off, and that one looks all right. We'd call them misfit Enaman because back in the early days selling those off, some of those boxes at the bottom, they were up in a well, I didn't have them there, but they were in an attic and they were really hot and they like melted the lettering off of them, and there was a lot that were all messed up. But, you know, we're not going to throw them away, obviously, because I think a lot of people, you know, like the island of misfit toys, you know, a lot of people who are resellers, they just don't quite fit in to regular jobs and different, you know, and they're just a little different. Even if you have a regular job, you still just want that freedom. You want to be able to make your own money. You like the hobby, and you're just not quite like everybody else. So we call them misfits. And I've got a misfit back here with upside down eyeballs that we auctioned off at one point for charity. We're going to do it again here pretty quick. So at any rate, that one went to Tim. Hi, Kevin. eBay buyer seller since '99, but really got serious in the end of 2021. Set up a store, Mitten Flipper, and sold over 800 items last year. Hope for more of the same in 2023. I really enjoy the content you put out, and my family doesn't miss a video. Well, that's very, very kind of you. I really do appreciate that. Even seem to make time for the podcast. I don't know. I still don't understand that, but okay. Very good. There's a podcast for you. You can look at it. Flippin' fantastic. Haven't listened to it yet. It's on in the background, but I haven't listened yet. I'm going to listen when I'm done filming this. Thanks for all the helpful tips and tricks you share with your audience. It has helped a great deal. Thought it was time to give back and get this guy for our store. Go Flames. Okay, so you're a Liberty grad. Liberty University, which is a university around here, y'all. And he graduated in 2000. So I guess you're experienced with this area. Did you ever go garage selling around here back in the day? So thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. And I hope he gets things moving for you. Had to go out to SupplyHut to find these. I knew they were somewhere. These little precious moments ornaments. I've never seen them like this before. And they're not tremendously valuable. My guess is they were sold in some kind of a package deal. But they sold for $20. Free ship. I think it's free ship, yeah. So there you go. So that could be, 15 plus shipping. And we'll have to make sure they're secure. But they're going to go out first class, so that shouldn't be an issue at all. Sold some more ET and drag from the Yukon bin. These are earrings. These have been hot sellers lately. So there you go. This 5% off, I think. It was $7.50 plus shipping. And 5% off. Sold a video game that's been here for a long time, and it went out on 25% off deal because it's been in the store for over a year. Now I just got to find it. There it is right there. PS3 game, Beijing Olympics 2008. $8.50 free shipping. So that's not a game I would list now, but apparently back then there were some comps at $10, so I listed it. Look who came to see me, huh? I went out to grab something because I thought it was somewhere else, but it was really in here. And somebody followed me in, huh? And this is something that's kind of funny. I'll tell you, I watch old TV shows now and again. And my favorite, of course, is the Rockford Files. And I mentioned them the other day, and I saw another item. These right here, these coffee cups, which I'm going to show you a picture of here. And these sold, I don't remember what they sold for. I guess they sold for... Let's see here, 24 plus shipping. They're going to Malaysia, but they were on the show the other day. He was drinking out of them, so there you go. You never know. Sometimes I watch those old TV shows, and it's a way to do research. Stuff from the 70s sells. This is the last of that particular pattern, and we made good money on it for sure. Paid $5 for all of it. We've sold all 4 different lots. Got 6 more sales in here, 2 of them to viewers, so 33% again. This is a youth Under Armour, $15. This one's headed out to a viewer. Headed out to Sot, I guess is how you pronounce it. Yuba City, California. Missed the history lessons on the channel. I've got a little bit of history coming back in some future videos we're going to do. We're going to do a series when I'm gone on, well, I don't know if it's necessarily vacation, but if I'm gone to a highway sale or some kind of meetup or something somewhere, I'll throw in one of these videos from time to time, and it'll have a little bit of history in each one of them, and a little bit of my wife doing a little bit of comedy with some reselling. It should be good. You'll know it when you see it. We'll hit the other viewer sale. The rest are not. This is a Sharpie 500. This is part of that massive buy. Not the best in the world, but a pretty cool t-shirt right there. 2005, not vintage. Bristol Motor Speedway, which I've been to. It's absolutely massive. I've never seen anything like it. Not vintage, but it's still sold just under 15 bucks. And you know, we're doing a lot of those shirts under 15 bucks, but they're first class shippers. We paid less than a quarter for each one. So if you calculate it out, let's see really quick, you know, it's going to be at like an $8 profit on it. And we're just churning through them, and there's a ton like that, but then there's a ton of really high priced ones as well. And when I mean high priced, I mean high priced. So that one is going out to Robert. He says, hi, thanks again. By the way, I have some sealed VHS tapes. Very cool. I'll tell you what I'm looking for. If you don't watch a show often, VHS tapes is kind of a thing for us. You know, I wear that VHS shirt. It is the one thing now. I've never been a collector. I mean, since I was a kid, of anything. And now it's the one thing that I've just started to collect, and viewers have been nice enough to send them to me. And I've bought quite a few from viewers as well, and people over there on the Facebook group, Trash to Cash Podcast Facebook group. So I will check out your store. What is it? South End 51. What I'm looking for right now is the Never Ending Story sealed VHS. Any of them will do, but obviously the older ones is what I'm looking for. And what else? There was another, oh, Goonies. I want a Goonies sealed VHS. So if you have one of those in your store, let me know. So thank you, Robert. This is a Marty Cat shirt. It's a Goodwill buy, $3.99, sold for $20. We sold off some Harley shirts, and we sold the ones that had some flaws first. This is a little faded, but it has a bleach stain in the back. And so we sold that one off for, I think, 11 bucks. Sold a Taz shirt, vintage shirt. A lot of these Taz have a lot of value, and this one is got like a felt kind of look. It was not feel to it. And I'm trying to think what the tag is. It is a Hanes Heavyweight tag, so there you go. It is faded. It is true vintage. It has holes in it as well, I think. Somewhere right there. A couple of them. And it's still sold for 20 bucks. And this is a little different. Don't always look down here for single stitch, double stitch. So it's double stitch down there, and the sleeve is single stitch. So that era right there can come up with some really good $50, $100 shirts. But they gotta be, you know, much bigger than that on the front, and preferably have something on the back. It's another one of those flawed shirts out the door for 10, 11 bucks, something like that. And this one had stains in it as well, and holes in the back too. So, you know, you buy that stuff in bulk, you get massive amounts of it, and there's some winners and some losers, but to me it makes sense to sell it all off. You're looking them up, you're doing the research anyways to see if they have value, and then you come across something, you know, we just listed, because 5 bucks is 5 bucks. That right there is, you know, maybe close to 50 bucks in profit for those right there. Really quick, wanted to mention two things really quickly about taxes. You know, we've been talking about my reseller Genie. I had a question about shipping supplies. They're like, can you write off shipping supplies? And I'm like, that is, oof, I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's like the most basic. Yes, of course you can write off shipping supplies. So I don't need to say that to 99% of you out there. But there are a lot of people who don't keep track of that stuff. They're like, oh, I need boxes, and then they just buy them. But there's no system to keep track of your expenses. So two things, of course, my reseller Genie, code Commonwealth, all caps, 5%, 15% off the first month. Grab that. But keep track if you're buying stuff, SupplyHut, from wherever you're buying it from. Keep track of all of that stuff. If you don't have a system, you know, if you have a system where it automatically inputs and you have different accounts, that's what you really need, for sure, in my opinion, unless you're really small time. But keep track, you know, use every single write-off you can possibly legally use to keep your profit numbers down. Keep track of that mileage. That mileage is a massive write-off. And things like my Reseller Genie can definitely help you do that. But Mark Not Your Dad CPA is doing his, you know, educational thing. 2 different ones, and they are a little pricey, like I said. And I told you a couple videos ago it would start on the 24th. It doesn't. It starts on the 31st, January 31st through February 3rd. So hold off, don't get that. If you're new to reselling, you want that education, don't get it until then. And I think it's like $100 off or something, 75, $100 off. And I'll try to remind you on that video that comes out then. So there you go. Thank y'all again for everything you do for us. I hope we can do something for you. You guys are incredible, and I can't wait to see you next.